developing a sustainability plan. It's called Complete Lee. And the idea of the plan is to pull together all of the wonderful things that we're doing in our community to make it a very competitive place where people will want to live, work, and play. The plan will include performance measures so that we know if we're actually achieving our goals, and a short planning horizon so that if we're not on track and we're not achieving our goals, we have time to adjust. It has to be a flexible plan. But the whole community has been part of this. We've engaged the public, the residents, we've engaged the businesses and the various organizations in our community, because we believe that if we're all on track towards sustainability, people will want to live, work, and play here forever.
You want to make sure that in society, our children who are our next leaders, our next employees, our next employers, understand that in order to move forward, you have to preserve and maintain the positive things, but move forward in a really thought out way. And you want to, education has everything to do with sustainability, so it's built into what we do here.
Coming from the banking industry, I'm dealing with all of Lee County and every facet of industry, if you will, and from consumers. So from the whole standpoint of understanding the needs of customers, that's key. And sustainability to customers is extremely important because they don't want things that are just here today and not here tomorrow. It's an investment of time for when people come into me as a business person. They're coming in and we form that relationship, and they want to know, what do you see yesterday, today, and tomorrow? And tomorrow is extremely important. Everybody, we need to take care of today, but tomorrow is even more so important than today, simply because it's going to affect their grandchildren, it's going to affect their children's grandchildren, etc., and just down the generational line. So sustainability to me is, I've got to understand all of Lee County and how all of Lee County can be sustained in order for me to be a good banker back to my customers.
I think it's very important that Lee County continue on the track to include sustainability in its strategic plan and its goals, because we as a county need to be able to encourage new generations. We need to encourage tourists. We need to make this place a destination. And I think that if we look at statistics and we look at what's happening around the globe, it's very important that communities consider sustainability and that we have a direction and we have folks focusing us to a direction that we can identify what are the most important things in our community, how do we need to preserve them, protect them, create alternatives for them, and what activities are we going to do to get us there. And I believe that the plan will provide us an opportunity to do just that.
For our organization and how we look externally, we all don't act alone. We really need to have goals. Internally we can have our own goals, but as part of the community we live in, if we really expect to make progress, have to have a plan and set goals to achieve, to make sure that the progress is happening.
Sustainability is extremely important to companies all over the world. You'll find consumers choosing the products they buy based on the sustainability factor of the company. Starbucks, for example, went through a big turnaround about 5 or 10 years ago because they weren't being sustainable enough. You see Hertz coming into our community now, and they have a very big focus on sustainability. So it's important in this day and age for us to be taking care of the earth.
Well, we're a major healthcare provider, but we can't make the community be healthy. The community has to want to be healthy. And so by bringing community organizations together, by people coming to this community to live healthy lives, and by providing the services to have healthy lifestyles for people of all ages, we can make a difference. But it really requires the community collaborating to make that happen.
Sustainability is an approach where people and organizations work together, plan things, look at the challenges of our community, and look at ways that we can overcome those challenges and keep our community just an absolutely great place to live. Sustainability, I think, is a conceptual framework that we all should embrace. And that is not just nonprofit organizations, not just governmental organizations, businesses, civic groups, because it really is the key to us working together to overcome challenges in our community. If we do that and we make good decisions and work together and not in isolation, then what we really can do is to continue to make sure that we have a great quality of life for all the people who live here in our community.
Well, I don't think you can achieve if you don't have a plan to get there. I think that, what is that ultimate goal? I think a plan gets us there. And because it is a community and not a small entity, it needs to be a plan that can be followed. It needs set goals. It needs steps to get there, because when you get as many people as we can on this, it's going to need a way to get there, or we won't achieve it. And of course, you don't know if you've achieved a goal if you haven't set those.
This is such a great place to live. Wouldn't it be horrible if it became a not great place to live? What do we have that attracts people to Southwest Florida? Obviously, the weather's great, except when it gets too hot. But it's beautiful. We live among nature. There's all kinds of things to see. We can grow a wide variety of things. We have open space, vista, natural lands. There's wildlife around. As we get more and more crowded, what will happen to all those things?
Well, I think the basis of a sustainability plan means having a clear vision that includes all of its citizens, taking in consideration every community, those that have been historically neglected, as well as those who have benefited from resources historically in this county. And then you pull that together and you look for the weakest in your county and make sure that they are elevated to a level that they can sustain existence.
Well, having a sustainable society is about planning for the future. We look at what brought us to Lee County, what brought us to Southwest Florida, what brought maybe our parents or our previous generations to Southwest Florida, and protecting those resources and those things that brought us here is essential for people who want to continue to come. If we came here for the water, we came here for the weather and the paradise that everybody describes, if that's not sustainable, then people won't want to come in the future. The reasons that brought them in the past won't continue into the future. If we don't have clean drinking water, if we don't have an ample supply of food and resources in the local area, those same reasons that brought us here in the first place will be the reasons people don't come in the future.
Sustainability to me really means not just protecting our environment, though that's a large part of it. It means streamlining all of our processes, both as a public and private sector, as well as preparing our citizens of our county for long-term success. For Lee County, the population and economic growth that we've seen throughout the years has really put a pressure on us as a community, and the long-term sustainability plan not only allows us to address that proactively, but allows our public and private sectors to come together and work as a collaborative effort to address those proactively.
Why we need it as a community, because it is a common thread that we all have, to be able to pull us all together under one banner that we're doing it for the right reasons and to leave the legacy, if you will, for our generations to come. The results of everybody's effort, cumulatively compounded, results in a community that offers, to me, and reflects a place where people want to live and where companies want to relocate and grow.
I think becoming a sustainable community really takes collective impact, meaning we all have to be working toward a common goal and a common vision. That comes through collaboration, partnership, and hard work.
Businesses need to realize that it's not more expensive to be sustainable, because overall not only will you be improving the environment, but in the end you'll save money, and your employees are going to be happier because they don't want to have a heavy footprint in this day and age on the earth. So it's really a win-win all the way around.
For a lot of reasons, it's grown exponentially over the last 5 to 8 years. One, our customers expect it. There's an expectation that we're going to give them a sustainable work environment, that we're going to bring ideas to them that allow them to be more efficient in the way they run and operate their buildings. And it's really grown in the way it impacts the occupants of the building. They expect us to put in systems that are going to have a really positive impact on their employees and their workers and increase their productivity and add to their bottom line, not only by saving energy, but by making their workers and their employees happier with their work environment.
Well, if you don't start using the resources that we have and using them to their full lifespan, not just we've used them and they're done. If you can use them again and again and again, and there's no impact for your business, or it's a win-win. You're saving money on your cost of your product, and you're also saving money on this end because you're not depleting a resource that might not be there in the future.
Well, the benefit is multifold. Obviously, we live in a unique place here in Southwest Florida. It's a place where people want to move their businesses, hopefully. It's a place where people want to retire. It's a place where people want to vacation. Tourism is one of our main means of income for many of our citizens here. So you have to sustain an environment that will allow for growth, but also keep people wanting to come here for all of those reasons.
I am committed to sustainability in Lee County.
Absolutely. The answer is yes. I'm committed to sustainability.
Myself, this farm, we are committed to being a more sustainable Lee County.
I'm very committed to helping Lee County become more sustainable.
Me personally, I am definitely committed to sustainability, and the Chamber is with me.
These are big things to think about, and I'm fully committed to it.
I'm committed to being part of a more sustainable Lee County.
I'm absolutely committed to being part of a more sustainable Lee County.